It's really turning out to be a great year for Nintendo fans. I know there were a lot of naysayers at the beginning of the year when the Switch first came out, which is understandable. It was kind of a one-trick pony. It got the Zelda Machine title for a while, but there's been so many great games released since then that I don't understand how people still hate on this system. I mean, I literally still see this every day where someone in the comments is like, oh, 4K graphics are the future, the Switch is gonna fail, Like, just shut up. Not only that, but Nintendo's done a great job of communicating with fans this year. I mean, just in this 6-month life cycle, we've probably had over a dozen presentations where Nintendo said, hey, this is what we've got, this is why it's awesome, this is when it's coming out, now get excited about it. And we all just get really excited about it. It's really an awesome feeling to be a part of this and get excited every week about something new. This week, we got the newest Direct, which was almost as big as an E3 presentation, in my opinion. I mean, it probably didn't have as much new content as was announced, but they did a great job of hyping up upcoming content. There was a lot of information here, but I'm going to do my best to give you my reaction and my thoughts on everything that got announced at this newest Nintendo Direct. So the first game they showcased was Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I think this game already appealed to fans of RPGs, but this trailer did a great job of making it seem like a big AAA game that anyone could pick up. They had like a whole 5-minute section where one of the characters in the game narrated and kind of explained the backstory. You've got a bunch of different guardians who are flying around the clouds. Each of them have their own different biomes and kingdoms with people living on them with different personalities. I mean, it doesn't sound like the best of stories, but it looks like it could keep you interested for a while, and they did a really great job with this trailer. They also did a full presentation on how the combat system works. You control this driver character who's supported by different blade characters, which give him special abilities. I don't fully understand it still, I'll be honest. It sort of looked like Dragon Age type of gameplay. It's definitely not like a traditional turn-based RPG type of thing. It's like real time, but at the same time, it's not like an action RPG where you're actually swinging your sword at anyone. I don't know. I'll do videos on it, so stay tuned. They also finally confirmed this game would be coming out December 1st, which is awesome. Perfect holiday season game. I'm probably going to do a full playthrough of this game on my channel, so stay tuned for that. They also announced the special edition here, which comes with like an art book, CD with all the music, and also it's gonna come with a special metal carrying case. I'm not even a Xenoblade Chronicles fan, but just because of this metal carrying case, I'm really considering getting this. On top of that, we got the Pro Controller with the sword straight down the middle. Oh my goodness, this looks so sexy. I'm getting this day one, no doubt. So after that spotlight, they just ran through some headlines, with the first one being Splatoon 2. They announced they're going to be re-releasing the Kelp Dome stage from the first Splatoon. It looks like a really cool stage. It actually is already released, excuse me. They also announced Snapper Canal, which is another new stage they're working on. It looks really interesting. It's got a river straight down the middle, so it kind of separates things into 2 places rather than 3. So it'll be interesting to see how that works in turf mode. The most exciting Splatoon 2 news was with the Tentabrella. I'm not really a big fan of the Splatbrella yet, but this thing looks like it could be really fun. It looks like it has more of the range of a charger, and also when you're using the block ability with it, it's like 5 times bigger than anything we've seen with the Splatbrella. We didn't get any release dates for the Brella or the new stage, but hopefully that'll be coming sometime soon. So the second headline we got was for Fire Emblem Warriors. Pretty exciting announcement here. We kind of knew it was coming from a leak of the collector's edition box, but Lyn from the OG Fire Emblem on the Game Boy Advance is now going to be in the game. She's the only character from this game that's going to be in there, and it kind of got me wondering whether they'll come out with DLC characters from her universe. I always wondered why they excluded Roy or Eliwood, who are one of kind of like the big characters that everyone knows from Fire Emblem, out of the game. So maybe since we're getting someone from their games, we could get some DLC characters later. You never know. They also just showcased the special edition here, as well as the new amiibos, which will be coming out October 20th, just like the release date in Australia and Europe. After that, they announced we're getting a Snipper Clips Plus. This thing's gonna add 30 new stages. You can actually go replay stages, and they'll have different shaped bodies. I don't know how many new bodies there are going to be, but they showed like a Christmas tree looking thing. They're re-releasing this as like a new game. I really hope that they come out with a physical edition. They never came out with a physical edition for the original Snipper Clips, and I might even consider re-picking it up if they did come out with a physical edition. So the next title they announced was Morphe's Law. I'm so happy they put a spotlight on this. I've talked about it in a previous video before, but Nintendo's done a great job of trying to bend the genre of a shooting game with Splatoon, and now they're trying to push that even further with Morphe's Law by getting this to be an exclusive on the Switch. I'm really excited that they're focusing on that so much. They didn't announce too much new stuff here, but they sort of explained more about the body morphing system. We knew that if you shot someone in the leg, then your corresponding leg would grow. But what we didn't know is that depending on how big certain parts of your body are, you'll gain new abilities that correspond with that body part. So for example, they had someone with really big legs in the video, and because they had big legs, they could jump really high. They also had the example of someone who had smaller hands, so because they had smaller hands, they could use their grappling hook. It looks really cool. I mean, it doesn't make complete sense, but it looks very innovative, very unique. So I'm super excited to cover this game. Watch out for my channel because I know I'll be covering this extensively. We still didn't get a release date, but they are still claiming that it's going to come sometime holiday 2017, so watch out for that. The next headline we got was for Rocket League. Again, there wasn't too much new here, but we actually finally got to see the cars in action. We had seen pictures of the Mario and Peach and Samus cars before, but in this video they actually showed them in the actual game, which probably means that they're closer to having it done and ready to release. It sounds like the Mario and Luigi car will actually be the same, but they change depending on if you're on blue or orange team, so that's kind of cool. The Samus car looked awesome. That's probably the one I'll be using. Just looks futuristic and unique, even though I'm sure everyone will be using that when it first gets released. So yeah, like I said, not too much new information here, but the cars look really cool. Very excited to play this game on Switch. So this next announcement, I'm not sure if it was announced before, but Arena of Valor is now going to be on Switch. I didn't know anything about this game, and I just knew that it was a MOBA, so I got really excited when I first saw it at this Direct. But after doing some research, I found out that it's actually a port from a mobile phone game. You know, I played Implosion. That was actually the first review I did on this channel, and that was a mobile game port, and it actually looked really, really good. Like even better, I think it looked even better than Snake Pass, and Snake Pass was made for gaming consoles. So I'm not necessarily doubting this game yet, but I just wish that it was actually developed from the ground up to be the first MOBA for a Nintendo Switch. That would have made me really happy, but it sounds like they're trying to redesign this, and they actually announced that they're releasing a beta this holiday, so that should be really fun to try. If you can't tell, I am a big Blizzard fan. I used to play Warcraft 3, play Dota all the time. I played the beta for League of Legends when I was a freshman in high school. I love MOBAs, so I will definitely be checking this out, and I'll let you guys know how it is. So after the MOBA announcement, we had a little Bethesda section, which was really awesome. They had the Skyrim presentation. There wasn't too much new information there. One thing I did pick up from that presentation though, is they said you could get the Hylian tunic just from using the amiibo. They also said that you could just find it somewhere in the world as well. So it looks like you won't need the amiibo to get the Hylian tunic in Skyrim, which is kind of cool. I mean, obviously I wasn't worried about that, but kind of cool info. The really exciting Bethesda news though was Doom and Wolfenstein 2. I could not call this from a mile away. No sir. This is monumental. I mean, Skyrim is rated M, I'm pretty sure, but Doom and Wolfenstein are two really rated M, really bloody games. This is something we haven't really seen on the Switch yet, and I think it's really gonna open doors. I mean, I guess this along with Resident Evil are really gonna open doors for those more mature adult games on Switch. I haven't played either of these titles, I'll be completely honest, but I am definitely going to play them. I'm not a big FPS guy in general, but these look awesome. They look very unique. I'm really just excited we didn't get a Battlefield or a Call of Duty type of thing. We're getting actual unique titles instead of just these generic same game with a different title type of FPSs. Next up was a game I knew really nothing about. I know it's been out for a while, Flip Wars. I'm sorry if anyone plays this, but it just doesn't look very fun to me. They announced a new stage, it's called Red Hot Coliseum, and a new mode called Class Matches. I'm sorry, I have no idea about this game. You can check that out. After that, we got another brand new announcement coming from the Hamster Corporation. These are the guys behind all of those Neo Geo games that have been coming every freaking week for the past 6 months. I didn't really understand it. I still don't understand it. I guess these guys are just really passionate about Neo Geo games. Be interesting to see how many they sell, but I haven't bought any of them. Anyways, now they've got the Arcade Archive Super Mario Bros. This game is going to be a collection of all the Nintendo arcade system games. It's going to include Mario Bros, Ice Climbers, Punch-Out. There's a whole bunch of them. Not 100% sure if I'll be picking this up, just in case they come out on Virtual Console next year. But if you like old retro games, I would definitely recommend picking this up. It actually comes out next week or the week afterwards, but sometime in September. Next up, we got an announcement for Breath of the Wild. They didn't reveal too many details about the DLC, but they showcased the amiibo and also revealed what the amiibo would unlock. This is actually really exciting. Each amiibo is going to unlock their corresponding headgear for the corresponding guardian that they control. So like we have the Varuta mask. It looks really cool. I will put some pictures up, or you're watching the video. It's awesome. Get excited for that. It looks like all of the headgear is going to match the ancient armor set. Oh my goodness, it just looks so beautiful. I will be wearing this all the time. Maybe even making a costume so I can wear it in real life. I don't know. So yeah, no new story details, but it's still really exciting. I'm sure that we'll get a direct sometime before it comes out explaining the story a little better. So after the headlines were done, we got our next big showcase. This is a completely new announcement, and it's from Square Enix. It's an RPG called Project Octopath. This looks like an absolutely beautiful RPG. I mean, it's sort of old school, but it's in this new HD 2D style. You can see it's kind of 16-bit, but they have different flare effects and different lighting effects. It just looks beautiful. It's like HD 2D. I don't know how else to describe it. I guess you start as one of 8 characters, and each character is a different class, but they also have different abilities that help them outside of combat as well. You start in 8 different worlds as well, scattered across the map, so it's got that big Zelda open world type of feel that people love. Just as an example for some of these classes, they have a dancer class who can talk to an NPC and then allure them to have them follow her. Then we've got the warrior who can challenge basically everyone to a duel. The combat is traditional turn-based RPG style, but they have a few new gimmicks here, like this boost system where you can boost your attacks or chain your attacks. I don't fully understand yet, but it looks pretty cool. This is from the same team that developed Bravely Default. You can definitely tell in the art style, even though it's that new HD 2D style, definitely looks like a Bravely Default or a Bravely Second type of game. I'm really excited to play this. I don't want to go too in depth right now because they actually have a demo that they put up right after the presentation, and I've actually been playing it for the last few days. I'm going to do a full video on it soon, so watch out for that. After the big showcase, we got another ARMS announcement. This is kind of old news at this point because the update is already out. Just kind of a Lola Pop showcase. I actually have a full video and guide on Lola Pop if you'd like to see it. I'll put the link in the description just in case you missed it. The next headline was another big announcement. I don't think we'd heard of this prior to the direct. Dragon Quest Builders is an action RPG with elements of games like Terraria or Minecraft. In this trailer, we've got things like building up a town that people move into and then protecting those townspeople from aggressors. They've also got a free build mode where you can literally just build anything you want. It looks a lot better than Minecraft, and I'm really glad I haven't bought Minecraft on my Switch yet. Another cool thing they showcased about this game was the Great Saber Cub, which is a mount you can ride, and it's also going to be a Nintendo Switch exclusive. They claim this game is coming out sometime holiday 2017, so watch out for that soon. So if you remember back to E3, we got an announcement for a Kirby and a Yoshi game, but they didn't have titles yet, but it looks like we finally have a title for the Kirby game. Kirby Star Allies is the newest entry in the Kirby series, and it looks like a traditional type Kirby adventure, not like any of these brawler BS type of games. The difference between this and previous titles is that not only can you swallow enemies to take on their abilities, but you can actually throw hearts at them to recruit them to fight for you on your team. They also showed how you have to sort of combine abilities to get past certain stages. For example, they showcase someone with a fire ability coming together with an air ability to create some hot air balloons so that the whole team could rise up and get to the next part of the stage. I love Kirby games. Nightmare in Dreamland was one of the first games that I completed on my own on the Game Boy Advance, so I'm definitely looking forward to this title, and they announced that it will be coming spring 2018. After Kirby, we got kind of a reiteration of the Nindy Spotlight that we got a couple weeks ago. They're really focused on the actual upcoming games like in the next few months, such as SteamWorld Dig 2, Golf Story, all those good ones that we got at the Spotlight a couple weeks ago. I have a whole video on that if you'd like to check that out. After the Nindy Spotlight, they just ran through some of the titles we've known have been coming for a long time, like Lost Sphere, Sonic Forces, the new Resident Evil ports, and LA Noire. There wasn't a whole lot of new information, so I won't talk about that too much, but get excited for those. And finally, the moment we all knew would be coming, I knew that they were going to focus a good chunk of this direct on Odyssey, and we got a whole bunch of details on this. This was kind of in the style of the Xenoblade trailer in that they kind of explained the whole story first before going into the gameplay aspects. I guess the whole idea of the story is not only that Mario doesn't want Peach to marry Bowser, but Tiara, who is Cappy's companion, is also being kidnapped. So it's kind of like a dual save the princess situation going on. They also finally announced the last kingdom, which is Snow Kingdom. There had been rumors about this week and they finally confirmed it. Looks awesome. All the snow effects. He looks like he's really freezing in there. They also just kind of showed a showcase of all the worlds. The Water Kingdom looks amazing. All the water effects, like the ripple effects while he's running across the water, just look crazy great. They also explained kind of the gimmick of the whole game. I guess his ship, the big top hat, is called the Odyssey, and how you make that run is through the power moons. We've kind of known that collecting power moons was the main objective of this game, and now we have a reason for why it is. There's going to be a whole lot of power moons in here, and they kind of showcased how these things are almost like Korok seeds and that they're hidden throughout the world and the strangest of places. There's a lot of different ways to get them. They also showcased some mini games like a racing Koopa game and the dancing game. There's a bunch of mini games, and I guess you get power moons from these as well. There's also going to be leaderboards for these mini games, so maybe there's another hub world where you can just play mini games. Looks pretty cool. They also showcased all of the stores where we can spend our currency from the game. These are called Crazy Cap Shops, and not only can you buy outfits here, but you can buy stickers for the Odyssey, and it looks like a whole plethora of things. Another cool part of the showcase was the screen capture feature. I mean, I know you can just press the screen capture button, but I guess at any point in this game, you can pause it and kind of adjust the camera angle, even put like filters and stickers on it. You can even resize it to make it the perfect size for your iPhone screen. It looks really cool. One thing I really liked about Zelda is just how many pictures I took. There's so many times when I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a little snapshot so I can go back and look at it. It looks like Odyssey is gonna try to bring back that feeling. And the last thing they announced was a bundle for the whole thing. It'll come with the software for Odyssey and 2 new Joy-Cons, as well as a exclusive Super Mario Odyssey carrying case. Looks pretty cool, although I don't know if I'll pick it up. I really like my Zelda case. Either way, it's cool to see that they're continuing with these bundle ideas. They just had the Splatoon 2 one, now the Odyssey one in the same year. I think this is a really great idea that they've taken from Xbox and PlayStation, who literally do it for like every game that comes out, but Nintendo hasn't really done it for the Wii U or even the Wii, so it's good to see that they're taking initiative and really trying to switch up their game plan. So yeah, that's just about everything that was announced at the Direct. I didn't go through any of the 3DS stuff just because I don't pick up a 3DS anymore. Some of my favorite things from the Direct were definitely the Xenoblade Chronicles trailer. That got me even more excited to play. I'm an RPG fan, but that game just looks amazing. It has an open world feel like Zelda does, and just the exploration alone is definitely going to be exciting for me. Other than that, Dragon Quest Builders looks pretty cool. Morphe's Law, of course, and Kirby Star Allies. Kirby Star Allies is probably going to be one of the best games of 2018. Let me know what this Direct has you excited for. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to my channel for the latest Switch content available. This is Max from Max Culture, and thank you so much for watching.